Hi everybody, it's Brian again, back for another pickups, I guess you could call it pickups. I got some good stuff this past week. I'll start off with this here. I got this for 10 bucks and it came with the box, the power, everything but some software. It's an Atari 400 computer. When I got it, it didn't work. So what I did was I took it apart, I cleaned the contacts, I made sure that the CPU and memory was seated correctly into the slots, and cleaned everything with some isopropyl alcohol, and it fired right up. Basically, this is an old Atari 8-bit computer. There was a few models of this. There was a 400, 800, and then there was an XL model of them. And the 400 stands for the amount of RAM. I think this had 46 kilobytes in it. It has a cartridge slot here, and you could also get some inputs for a peripheral right here, like a floppy drive, tape drive. And yeah, it's an 8-bit computer. It'll play games, and it'll run MS-DOS, or not. It'll run DOS. So I'm gonna look for a tape drive and get some stuff for this. It was a really good deal because it didn't work, so it was sold pretty cheap, but I got it to work, and it came with a box and everything, which is nice. Then we'll start off with the newer stuff I got, newer systems. One of the newer games I got, let me zoom in here, is Spirit Camera for the Nintendo 3DS. And this game is pretty interesting. I haven't played it yet, but it seemed interesting. It's like Fatal Frame, if you ever played that. But if you open it up, it uses augmented reality, if you're familiar with the 3DS. And what augmented reality is you point your 3DS camera at the pages, and it jumps out at you. So you use this book to progress through the game, from what I understand. So I'm really looking forward to trying this, but I still have Kid Icarus Uprising to play. So I got a huge backlog. But my 3DS collection is really building up. I got about 20-some games now. And that's always nice. So I got that. That's the newest game I got for my system. Let's start with Nintendo stuff. Let's go back to the oldest first. I got some Nintendo games here, and one is Road Blaster. Let me zoom in a little. Okay. Freedom Force. Dino Wars, which I remember this game. It's like a shoot 'em up, but you fight like you're a flying guy, and you fight like dinosaurs and stuff. Out of all those, I think I only played Dino Wars, but they were like, got them in a flea market, they were pretty cheap, so. Let's move on to, oh yeah, I got one more Nintendo game in the box, and this one is called Heavy Shreddin'. It's a snowboarding game for the Nintendo. Probably not that good. It's made by Parker Brothers, but it's in the box. What can I say? Let's move on to N64 now. And for the N64, I got quite a few. I got a good deal on Mortal Kombat. It goes for like 15 online. I got it for like 3 at a flea market. Mortal Kombat 4. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. And this is basically Castlevania 64 with some updated characters and levels for a new character who can turn into a wolf. I didn't mind Castlevania 64, so. Earthworm Jim 3D, or Earthworm Jim 3 or 3D. Kirby 64. Now the label on this is pretty ripped to shreds, but got a good deal on that because of that. And I haven't played it. I think it's Kirby and the Crystal Shards. I think that's the full name of it. And I also picked up the original Castlevania 64. I didn't pay $8.99 for it, but well, actually I did, $10. So that's the N64. Let's move on to GameCube. GameCube. And I have Rogue Squadron for the N64, so I picked up the sequel. Nope. Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 2. And I also picked up Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 3. And picked up the remake of Resident Evil for the Cube. And Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, which I've never played. But I mean, it's a Final Fantasy game. And can't be that bad, huh? It looks kind of neat. I like the graphics. It has color, which is nice. And I picked up Battalion Wars, which I never played. I think it's like I'm thinking it's like Advance Wars, but I'm not sure. And I picked up one from Suda 15, a Suda 15 game. He's the guy who did No More Heroes, and he has Grasshopper Games. It's a studio, and this is Killer 7. I've heard good things about this game, so I picked it up for a good deal, $5. It's pretty good. So that is M60. That's GameCube. I picked up some more Nintendo stuff. Speaking of Suda 15, Suda 51, I should say, is his name. I picked up the original No More Heroes. And I also picked up, let's see, where is it at? Phantasy Star Collection. Can't really see it, but Phantasy Star Collection. I think this has all the 4 Phantasy Star games for the Game Boy Advance. And one more thing, when I was at the flea market, this was in a bin. It's a beat-up Game Boy Advance, $2, and I figured I'd take a chance on it, but it does not work. But what I can do is I can take it apart and try to get it working. So hopefully I can. If I can't, I can actually clean up the front, and actually my hinge on my DS light is cracked, so maybe I can replace it. Moving on to Sega stuff. I got quite a few of Sega stuff. Let's start with the Genesis. I actually got a Sega CD. It was a Model 2. I'm not going to show it to you because it's basically the Model 2 loader. But with it, because he had to ship it a little slower, he gave me some games with it. And the games I got with my Sega CD are... Let me find them. Terminator 2, the arcade game. Real Monsters. Echo the Dolphin. And a loose game. Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective. It's an early full motion video game, I think. 2 discs. So that was nice of him to do that. And also I picked up another Sega CD game, Sonic CD, and I played this, and this is really fun. You actually fight Metal Sonic here. And some more optical games I picked up for the Sega Saturn. Panzer Dragoon. And the original Myst. More Dreamcast games. I picked up Carrier, a survival horror game. House of the Dead 2. Mach-N X, it's a first-person combat game. So my Dreamcast collection is really getting good. I'm looking for a Dreamcast keyboard so I can play Typing of the Dead. Okay, moving on to the Master System. I picked up one game for the Master System. And you recall last time I found a box of Rastan that was empty. This time I actually found the game, Rastan, so I can put this in the box now. So that's my Genesis and my Sega stuff. I also picked up some 3DO stuff. This is Draxon's Revenge. And if I can zoom out here, he looks like a cross between, I guess this is Draxon, Shredder meets Cobra Commander. And it's like it was $2.50, but it's like a spaceship shooter. I picked up both Mad Dog McCree's. Mad Dog McCree 1 and Mad Dog McCree 2. Funny thing is, they didn't change the art at all. They just used this guy here, Mad Dog McCree, copied him, pasted him, shrunk him down, added a treasure chest. That's the cover art. And these are full motion video games, I believe, where you just shoot stuff on the screen. But they're live actors that you shoot. Not that great. I mean, not that great, but early, like in the 90s, I like the history of those games, full motion video, because the 3DO was an early system that did those kind of games. It was one when the time the 3DO was out, the Super Nintendo and Genesis were out, so there was not much like this. And I think that's it. I do have my Sega CD. Let me show you my Sega CD I got. And here it is right here. And it's the top loader. And I have it hooked on to my Model 2 Genesis. And he also gave me the expansion so I can hook up a Model 2 or a Model 1 and it won't hang over the edge. So that's everything I got, guys. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you again soon. This is Brian. Bye.